Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Boom. Duck them hooks, baby. We out here. 33 years of prison stories, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate everybody who like, comment, subscribe, and share. We on the road to 100K. 100K. So we almost there. We got a little push, and we gonna get there, man. It ain't no pressure. Ain't no pressure. Just tell a friend to tell a friend, and we be right there in the mix. Today I wanted to talk to y'all, man, about serious issue in prison, man. It is definitely a serious issue. It's why I always tell you, you know, your health is your wealth, man. And that is no place where that's more important than in prison, man. No place, man. Because let me tell you something. You get sick in there, man, you is out back. You understand me? When I tell you out back, I mean out back, man. The medical facility in every prison that I've been to, man, is man, they subpar, man. They subpar. They low and late response. Man, I've seen some atrocious things that happen that could have been avoided had the medical team been up to par, you know, but they're not, you know. And a lot of times I want to believe or I have to believe that it's just because of, you know, our status, who we are, and, you know, the value that they put on our life is next to zero, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've actually seen people lose their life, man, due to lack of medical attention, lack of medical you know, quickness, medical alertness, medical, you know, response. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, if it's an officer that's in danger, if it's an officer that's getting hurt, if it's an officer that is hurt, bam, the response is going to be immediate. It's going to be swift. It's going to be quick. If it's you, man, you might as well shake the dice, throw them out there, man, because your life is like a crapshoot, you know. Yeah, I've seen dudes, man, get viciously hurt, and they could have possibly been saved had they, you know, had a quicker response, you know. And it don't happen like that in prison, man. That's why you gotta take care of your physical health, man. You got to take care of your physical health, man. And the dude told me that earlier in my bit, you know, which I always was an athlete. I always tried to stay in shape anyway. And but you know, when you get into prison and you see that, then you know, you become aware that you become, you know, acutely aware that you have to be in shape. If for nothing else, for a physical battle that may come at any time, you know, by way of a opponent, or by way of a foe, or by way of the administration. You know, you always at risk for a physical encounter in prison, you know, no matter who you are. And that's just real. So to be physically, you know, in shape, man, and to be healthy, it behooves you to do that. You know what I'm saying? It definitely behooves you to do that. And like I told y'all in many other videos before, man, that's why I believe a lot of dudes work out, you know, to get there. Not just to be physically in shape, but to be ready for whatever may come their way. And a lot of dudes do it just to be intimidating, just to keep all of the foolishness from coming their way, or to lower that amount of foolishness that come their way. Because normally, you know, like I said, a dude will look at another dude and he'll see, oh man, he all big and browly, I ain't gonna mess with him, or I don't want no parts of him. But in all actuality, he could be, you know, he could be a chump. You know, he could be a sucker. He could be, you know, perpetrating a fraud. But you ain't gonna know until you test that water. And a lot of dudes, that would be enough to keep them from testing that water. So they get away, you know what I'm saying, until they are exposed. But man, I used to work out, man. I worked out, you know, the majority of my bit, man. If not 95% of it, you know, or higher, somewhere up in that range, man. And I always try to stay in shape because of the simple fact that, like I say, I knew if I get sick, man, they won't gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? Or they won't gonna give me the help that I actually needed. And even if they did, they won't gonna give it to me when I need it in a timely fashion. You know, I've seen dudes, man, have you know, get sick and be super healthy, man. Super healthy, man. Work out all the time on the yard, bang, 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 bang. You know, working out, calisthenics, hitting the weight pile, doing all of that. You know, staying in shape, and then boom, you know, get afflicted with some type of illness or get sick, and man, I see their health just decline because the medical facility is not going to give you what you need. They're not going to give you the things you need, you know, and that's why you got to make sure you try to stay healthy, man. You got to try to eat as right as you can under the circumstances and under the conditions and under the availability of food. But you know, that's all you can do is just put yourself in the best position that you can to be healthy, in the best position you can to, you know, stay healthy. But that's all you can do because, like I say, when you're in prison, man, everything is limited. You know, your hands is tied to a certain extent. You know, your hands is tied, so there's nothing you can do but try to, you know, put yourself in the best position. But yeah, man, I've seen dudes decline, man. I've told y'all a couple of these stories before, you know, and one of the craziest things to me that I learned while I was locked up is like certain rules and regulations they got in there, man. You know, that applies to just us. You know, it's like I told you before, like the dude I knew named Bump. You know, I mean, you can actually. It surprised me that you can actually donate a body part like a kidney or something to somebody on the street. You know, because you locked up and they feel like you expendable. But if you needed a kidney, you know, your family member, nobody else could donate you one. They won't accept it. You know, they won't even let you have that type of operation in prison because it's on their expense. But at the same time, it's at your life. You know what I'm saying? It's your life that they can be saving, but they choose not to because of a monetary value. So if don't nothing else tell you that that's what they value your life as is zero, then I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You could not even receive a transplant, you know, to the best of my knowledge, at least when I first found out. Whether it's changed or not, I don't know. But I do know for a fact then you could not even receive a life-sustaining transplant if you was incarcerated. So if that don't tell you your life don't mean nothing, man, I don't know what does. And then you can turn around and donate a life-sustaining body part to save somebody, your loved one or somebody else on the street, but you can't receive one. What else need to be said? What else need to be said, man? Your health is your wealth, man. You know, because they don't care. They just don't care about you, you know what I'm saying? As far as that is concerned, man. But Bump, man, I remember he ended up giving his mom a kidney, man, and this was a super healthy dude, man. I mean, you know, that's what he did. He stayed on the weight pile. He had an altercation back in the day that I told y'all about with Frank Nitty, and he ended up you know, getting that Bethlehem put in him, and you know, from that point on, man, you know, those type of things will change you. They'll change you psychologically. They'll change you mentally, physically, every kind of way. It will change your whole when you go through an ordeal like that. So after that, man, he stayed on the weight pile, man. He was a weight beast, and he got big and brawly and everything when I ran into him years later. But when he ended up giving his mom a kidney, man, and I didn't see him for a while after the surgery, and then when I did, man, his health was just super bad, man. He was like super frail, you know, went from 200 and some pounds, man, to you know, barely breaking over 100, and he looked sick, you know, from the visual, and man, that was just sad to see, man, and just because when he did it, and then the kidney that he had started failing after he had already gave away a healthy kidney. And yeah, man, his health was really, really bad. I don't know where he is today. I don't know, you know, what became of that, but at the same time, I do remember that, you know what I'm saying? And those type of things that happen when they happen in prison, I inventory those things in my mind as I'm, continuing on doing my bit. I inventory those things and I learn from those things, and then I make decisions based upon what I've learned. And I had already knew that you have to stay healthy, man. I mean, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, man. You have to stay healthy in prison because, like I said, the attention that you're gonna get, the medical treatment that you're gonna get is gonna be low grade, man. It's gonna be super low grade, you know, and dudes in there don't care nothing about that. They don't care if you healthy or non-healthy. If you got an issue with you, they gonna deal with you. They deal with old people. They deal with, I done seen dudes in wheelchair get, fire smack from them. Bah! You smacking a dude in a wheelchair, so what? That's their whole mentality. I done seen dudes with on a cane, get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't care. I done seen dudes with prosthetics get knocked out. Dudes don't care. But I've seen dudes with the prosthetics pick that Bethlehem up as well. So it's a dog eat dog world. So don't nobody care if you limp or you hurt. In the jungle, the animals attack the weakest one. And it's no different because we in a concrete jungle. So they're going to attack the weakest one. If you look weak, they're going to perceive you as weak and they're going to pounce on you, man. Like a pack of hyenas. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. I mean, the floodgates is going to open. Oh, he weak with this, or he got a limp, or, I seen dudes that go out there and work out on that weight power and get a pinched nerve, and, they walk in front in there, and they was gangsters and big and strong and barking at dudes, and now they hurt, man, and then now the barking is coming back at them. Now the aggression is coming back at them because they pounce on you when you weak. They pounce on you when you weak, man. So you always got to, put on a persona, man, of strength and courage and fearlessness, man, and you got to first believe it in your head, and once you believe it in your head, you have to, put that out to the rest of the universe, man, the rest of the institution, that this is what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? So if you thinking you got something sweet over here, you better think again. So, like I said, man, you got to take care of your physical health, man. You got to, man. You really do. And man, it's been sad to see some dudes, man, fall off with their physical health for whatever reason. Dudes might be subjectable to certain diseases and certain afflictions or illnesses that run in their family, man. Dudes might come down with diabetes. Dude might come down with kidney failure. Dude might come down with just anything that might just disable them from being the physical being that they was before this happened. And every time I've seen it in prison, man, it's always been a decline because the medical treatment that you get is not going to take you back up. It's not going to take you and put you back where you started falling off at. It's not going to get you back healthy because we're going to be getting what you call them, gazebos. We're going to be getting generic medicine. We're going to be getting generic treatment. If we need operations, we're going to be getting operated on by medical students instead of medical doctors. It's just a vicious cycle, man. Vicious cycle. Another part of the prison system that a lot of people may not know about. Another part of doing time. Another part of being in these trenches, man, where don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody care about you. You got to care about you. You got to take care of you. It starts at home, man. You got to put that work in, whether you a workout dude or not. You have to. I've seen dudes get food poison, man. I've had food poison and go through it, man, because they ain't going to do nothing for you till you to wait it out or give you some Tylenol or something like that. Tylenol is their answer for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's their answer for everything, man. And yeah, it's crazy, man. I told y'all about the dude that was wrestling and playing and play fighting with his celly and failed and hurt his ribs. And they go over there to see the people, and he's telling them that he hurting on the inside. It is hard for him to breathe, whatnot, and this, that, and the third. They send him back with Tylenol. He goes back in the cell and dies before the morning of internal hemorrhaging. He bleeding on the inside, and they ain't even take the time to diagnose him to see what was wrong with him. They could have possibly saved his life. You know, good chances are they would have had they properly diagnosed him and properly took the time to do their job. You know what I'm saying? To see what is wrong with him, to check him thoroughly, they would have possibly saved his life, man. But they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. All of these things ring in my head, man, when I think about, you know, illnesses and stuff like that, man. When they used to have the flu coming around, and or they done had different type of outbreaks in prison and everything, and I used to always be mindful that, you know what I'm saying, that this is a time right now that you need to be on point. Because if something happened to you and you get sick, the treatment and the response that you're gonna get is gonna be it's gonna be lackluster, man. Very lackluster. Yeah, very lackluster, man. And then I can remember when I first came into prison, man, medical was free. You know what I'm saying? You a ward of the state, man. Your people pay taxes, man. Everything in there is supposed to be free. But now they turned that into monetary gain as well. You know, we gotta pay for everything. You know, from the smallest things to the biggest things, man. You get caught stealing the extra tray, beating the deuce. They started charging you on certain institutions. They charge you like $12 for getting the extra tray. If they catch you, you get a charge and you get charged $12. Dudes in there starving. Some dudes, that's the only food they got to eat. They don't got no food coming for home. So this is all they got to eat. So they may steal an extra tray because what they put on the first tray ain't nothing anyway besides a bunch of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? So some dudes want extra portions of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Because it sustains them. That's all they got. And if they catch you, they charge you $12. But then somebody put out the information from out on the street that they could find out this information through computer or whatever, probably Google. I ain't know nothing about Google then. But they saying the trays don't cost no more than 35 cents per inmate. But they charging you $12 if you get caught taking another tray. You know, because you hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because you laying in the cell with your stomach touching your back, you know what I'm saying, and you hungry and this is all you got. But they charge you for that. They start charging you for Tylenol. They used to get Tylenol out. They charge you when you're going to go to medical now. They got a cold fee. You know, all of this stuff was free when I first came into prison in the 80s. You know, but now everything is charged. You know, your eyesight going bad. You need glasses, you know. They charge you for glasses. Little cheap glasses that I seen now. I just pointed out to somebody the other day that you can go in the whatever, the CVS or anywhere like that and get these glasses for $4, $2. What, man, that's $60 or $70 in prison. You know what I'm saying, that they gonna take, and if you ain't got it and you got a state job, they just gonna garnish your pay until you pay for it. Or when somebody send you some money, they're gonna take that until you pay for it. You know, and God forbid you lose your teeth. You know, you're gonna be walking around for years in prison with buck naked in your mouth because they not gonna fix it unless you pay for it. Unless you pay for a teeth. And then the whatever they call the partial that they give you to go in there, man, it look like somebody made that, you know, in a wood shop. You know what I'm saying? It don't even fit your grill. It don't even, you know what I'm saying? You better off walking around with the buck naked. That's why you got a lot of dudes in prison now that come out with missing teeth because they done got their teeth knocked out on the basketball court. They done got their teeth knocked out, you know, sparring in the boxing. They done got their teeth knocked out there playing sandlot football. You know what I'm saying? They done got their teeth knocked out from somebody putting them mitts on them. So you lose your teeth, man. You basically walking around with no teeth in your mouth, man, until you get out. You know what I'm saying? So, or you got a rotten teeth or dead teeth in your mouth. They not gonna pull that and replace it. They not gonna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things they won't even do, even if you got the money. You know what I'm saying? And speaking about teeth and medical and your health, man, I remember I needed a root canal, man, and they would not give me a root canal because they said that is too expensive, and they have to put me on the list. Even if they did do it, they had to put me at the back of the list. The back of the list may be hundreds of people, you know, and then moving in the fashion that they moved, that may be months and even years. And in my case, it was years. I needed a root canal almost like 2 years before I made parole. And I was on the list and could never go to get it. And during this time, I'm in tremendous pain. Teeth hurting for months at a time. I done tried all these remedies that people done gave me. I done got CO to bring me some Ambosol in there. I put the all of that, nothing helped. I was in tremendous pain, man, and they wouldn't do anything about it. anything about it, you know what I'm saying? And only because I had made parole and I had established a rapport with the warden because of the program that I created in there, and I told him that I made parole and he knew, you know what I'm saying? And I said, man, I've been needing to get over to medical for a while about this teeth, and he made one phone call and I was over there the next day. Over there the next day, after an undetermined amount of paperwork, I've written up stacks of paperwork asking for help, begging for help, pleading for help, pleading for relief. Nothing. Nothing. One phone call, bang, I'm over there. See what I'm saying? Your health is your wealth, man. And some things you can't avoid getting sick. I couldn't avoid getting a root canal. Certain things you can't. Hernias, if you catch a hernia in there. I remember I used to do so many sit-ups, working out and stuff, and my stomach used to cramp up in knots, and it used to be bulging out and stuff, and I used to have to, suck it in and push it in and hold it, and it was hurting so bad, and I remember kept trying to go to medical, and I went to medical, and I get over in medical, and they tell me it might be the beginning of a hernia or something. So I was like, what I need to do? And they was like, they can't do nothing until it actually, protrudes out and comes out of the, whatever the casing is. That's the one that's considered technically a hernia. And I'm like, what? You're talking about I got to be in excruciating pain to a point where this explodes on me or busts out of the cover or wherever the hernia come from, then I could even possibly die. Depending upon how soon y'all can get to me and help me, I have to go through that extreme before y'all will react or before y'all will give me any type of treatment or any type of help. Man, it sounds ridiculous, man. It sounds crazy. But this is actual and factual what I was told. You see what I'm saying? So I dealt with that whole issue the whole time I was in prison. And we talking about I went through this probably 15 years ago. So I dealt with that for like the last 15 years. Yeah, man, yeah, this is real talk, man. I'm telling you, you have to take care of yourself in there. You just have to. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. And plus it's beneficial to you in way more ways than one. Way more ways than one, man. I've known dudes that had hernias explode in their stomach, man. I've known dudes that had kidney stones. I've known dudes that have ulcers. I mean, they just put you on this generic medicine, which really don't even make you no better, and we don't even never know if the medicine that they giving us is legit or not, or what we supposed to be taking. The pill line is monumental in prison. Everybody that's been in prison know about the pill line. When they call a pill call means you have to go get any type of medicine once or twice a day. They make this call. You have to go get any type of medicine that you're taking, this prescription medicine that you got to go get. Get in the pill line. The pill line might be long as I-95. That's how many people is taking medicine in there. And then you may get up to the gate and you may be prescribed this medicine and they may give you the wrong medicine. They may give you some life-sustaining medicine that belongs to somebody else. They may give you some medicine that, you're allergic to, but it goes to somebody else. These are the mistakes that they make in there, and then you don't even realize it, but then it's at their fault, but it's at your expense. And then when they do find out, they realize the only thing they got for you is, oops, my bad. My bad. Man, you done messed me up for life. And you tell me that's all, my bad. No type of repercussion for them. They just consider it as a mistake. But every mistake you make in there, you going to pay for. Period. Ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Especially if it comes across the administration's awareness, you going to pay for it. You see what I'm saying? But they can make mistakes and they'll brush it up under the rug like it ain't nothing. And how big of a mistake is that? Then you can give somebody else medicine. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy, man. The value that they put on your life is zero. It's zero. So if you out here on the street right now and you feel like your life is so bad and you're going through so many things and your life is at 5%, 10%, that's all I'm worth out here. Well, you worth zero in prison. You worth less than that in prison. Then whatever you think you're worth out here, whatever you think your life is worth out here, is worse than that times 10 in prison. And your life means zero to nobody. You know what I'm saying? To nobody. I've seen dudes, man, and this is one of the saddest things in there that I've seen, man, and it's crazy. I've seen dudes afflicted with AIDS, man, and dying. They literally dying, man, and they sick, man. I'm talking about this before they come up with all these medicines that they got now for that type of disease. And even since they come out with it, I doubt if they will apply it to somebody in prison, because they just don't care, and they're not going to spend not one American coin to as my mother would say, they're not going to spend one American coin to try to save your life if it's cost effective, if it hurts them in the pocket, and they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But I remember seeing dude, man, back when this stuff was really, rampant, man. This AIDS stuff, and the dude had it, man. And he used to be a dude that, that was respected and somewhat feared. But once he was afflicted with that, and he was sick, he was losing weight, and he was getting smaller, man, I seen dudes say some of the most vicious things to him, man, that I ever heard, man. And like, man, talk to him like they would never talk to him when he was healthy. Like they would never talk to him when he was up to par in his self. Man, I've seen dudes, man, to call the dudes all types of names, laugh at them, tell them that, man, what you gonna do? Yeah, you dying, man. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I seen one dude tell a dude one time, he said, man, shut up, stop talking like you tough, man. You ain't tough no more. Look at you. And this one, the dude is shriveled down to probably 110 pounds. You know what I'm saying? From being a big burly dude and feared to 110 pounds, man, and barely can move. And, he tell a dude, but he still got his mind. He still got his heart. So he still speak as such. And the altercation he was having with the dude, and the dude said, man, you can't do nothing to me, man. He said, man, all I got to do is turn the fan on you and cut it up, man. You get pneumonia, man. You be dead in 24 hours. That's how much heartlessness is in there for you when you can't defend yourself. The only thing that keeps dudes off of you in prison is your ability to keep them off you. Your ability to provide a limited, unlimited amount of violence. That's the only thing that they're going to respect. That's the only thing that's going to keep them up off you. But anything less than that, weakness, sickness, meekness, they're going to pounce on you, man. They're going to pounce on you, man. It's no mercy. You understand? So your health is your wealth. You have to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because it is vital to your survival. You know what I'm saying? In prison. And I'm sure out here in the real world too. But it's vital to your survival, man. It is a major part of that. Yeah, man, it's crucial, Even to right now, the big thing that's been in the news lately about, the inmate out there in Alabama did, someone sent pictures out there to his family to show how sickly he was, how much his health had declined, and, like he was, barely clinging on to life, man. That's because of the medical treatment. That's because of the environment, man, and the value that they place on your life. Now that just made world news only because someone had the picture to take, the phone to take the picture. This goes back to what I tell y'all and I told y'all before. This is why a cell phone in prison is the public enemy number one. Because they don't want you to be able to photograph or take video of the actual conditions and the actual things going on the inside and get it out to the masses of the people. Because if they got it out to the masses of the people and they can actually see this stuff, the things that I've told y'all about, it will be more believable to them than just a voice saying it, just someone saying it, just some people saying it. Because they always going to look at it like, oh, they embellishing, or no, it can't be that bad, or no, that ain't going on. Yeah, it is. It is every day. And that dude in Alabama, God bless him and his family, but that goes on everywhere. But the people just don't know it. And his family wouldn't have known it because he was not even capable of letting them know, even if he chose to, because he felt in prison you're going to feel like it ain't nothing they can do about it. And most of the time it's not. But in this new day and age, man, in social media or whatever, that may be a little different now. Something can be done about it because the masses can rise up about it. But, man, I'm telling you, I've seen it, man, and they're dudes so sickly and so bad off, man, that no one cares. Not the dude around you, not the dude on this side, not the dude on that side. It don't matter. You could be sick and hurt and, on your deathbed and owe somebody money and they want it. You know what I'm saying? They want it. So you have to take care of yourself, man. You just have to, and it also teaches you discipline, man, and it teaches you to value your health. So it's a win-win when you're in prison, and it's a win-win out here to take care of your health, because when you get sick, period, you put your life in other people's hands. You put your life in the doctor's hands. You put your life in whatever place you go to get diagnosed. It's so you have to take care of yourself first, and foremost, man. And that's even more so in prison, because like I say, you on your own. It ain't no backup. You the backup. You know what I'm saying? You are the backup in prison. It ain't no backup coming. So man, the viciousness that I've seen happen to dudes, man, it just was getting old. You get old in prison. And if you was a mean dude, if you was a no nonsense dude, if you stood on principles and 10 toes in the ground or concrete or whatever you want to call it, and dudes just ain't like you, you better get out before you get old. You better get out before you get weak. You better get out before you get sick, because whatever you imposed on them and stood your ground is coming back at you tenfold. You know what I'm saying? Tenfold is coming back at you. It's coming back at you, man. It's coming back at you. So, like I say, taking care of yourself is monument. I know dudes that worked out in there, man, and all the way up in their 60s, you know what I'm saying, late 60s, early 70s, they still working out, because they still in there and they know your health is your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Your health is your wealth, and ain't nobody gonna show you no love, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna show you no love. I've seen dudes lay down on the floor, balled up in the fetal position because they sick and they can't get medical to give them no assistance. So if they can't get no assistance, then they turn around and have to resort to, whatever tactics, man, that's gonna get them the attention that they need. I've told y'all about years and years ago, early, like I say, everything you learn as you go through, and as you learn, you got to apply that to your philosophy moving forward. I remember way back on Augusta when I told y'all had the boil, and I got to fight the police just to get medical attention. I got to literally fight them to get medical attention, because they won't thinking about me. Oh, you ain't in no pain. Oh, you better sit down. Oh, you better fill out a request. Oh, you better wait till medical call you. Nah, no, come on with it. I'm already in pain. What's a little bit more? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's rumble, because you not going to just sit here and let me just suffer. If I got something to say about it, I'm going to say something about it. And if I got to do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. And whatever price tag come with that, then I take it. I take it. You know what I'm saying? But man, man, I'm telling you, man, I've seen dudes, like I say, man, and die, man, misdiagnosis. I seen a dude down on the boulevard because the people, I told y'all this in a video before too, I seen a dude down on the boulevard because he OD'd on some drugs, and the nurses were scared to come out there because it was doing a chow call where we go eat, and it was too many inmates on the boulevard, and he collapsed on the boulevard going to chow, and they were scared to come out there because the inmates out there. But yet alone, you work with the inmates, you work on an institution. You know what I'm saying? Inmate, institution, prison, they all go together. You know where you work at. You know who you work for. So if you're not willing to do your job, or if you're scared, then this ain't a place for you, because you are here to save lives and to help save people in dire situations. You here to administer help when help is needed. Not because who out there on the boulevard, not because you scared, not because of the environment. You know what you here for. That's what you get paid for. But that man laid out there and died, man, before they could actually get to him, and they got to him too late, and he OD'd, and he went on, you know what I'm saying, to the next life. All because of lack of attention from them. All because of lack of attention from them, man. So yeah, man, that's why I used to always look at dudes, especially in this day and age when I was just getting ready to get out, the dudes that still their attraction to getting high, you know what I'm saying, overweighs the situation that they're in. It overweighs their position, that you putting yourself at risk, because all the stuff that's going on with the drugs now. They putting fentanyl in the drugs, they lacing the drugs, they doing all of these things to make the drug more potent. And when you're in prison, man, and your body, even if they've been taking drugs all their life, their body is not equipped to take them type of drugs no more, because they've been removed from it for so long. And then they get these drugs and they OD, or they get these drugs and something in it that don't supposed to be in it. I see dudes lose their mind and go to another place, man, and never be the same again, man. Smoking that, what is it called, K2 or whatever, all of the synthetic drugs. You know what I'm saying? You putting yourself in harm's way, man, because the response that you're gonna get if you get, out there, or you get sick, or if you get hallucinating or whatever, the response you get is not gonna be the response that you would get, from a real medical facility. The response that you get may never leave you the same again, so nah, man, I don't know, what I'm saying? Like I say, if you had habits and stuff in prison, and like I told y'all in a previous video not long ago, you can't have no vices in there, man. If you're gonna have a vice, man, it's gonna have to be something that don't cost you nothing, and something that's gonna help you, like a vice with working out, like a vice with trying to eat healthy, like trying to remove negativity from your life, man. I know dudes in there that practice just removing negativity, trying to have no vices, and all the negative things that they do, like try not to cuss. They stop cussing. You know what I'm saying? Stop arguing. Stop doing anything that will affect your physical or your mental health. You understand? And when I say your health is your wealth, I'm not just talking physical. I'm talking about mental health as well. That's your wealth, man. Because if you let your brain get poisoned, then you let your brain get sick with negativity or foolishness, then that's just as worse as letting your body go to waste. See what I'm saying? The brain is the most important tool that you have, on your body, in your body. So if you don't keep that in shape, then everything else is futile anyway. Everything else is futile, man. Ooh, man, but this is I hope this is an informative video, man, and this just don't apply for people that's locked up, man. This apply for the free world as well, man. Your health is your wealth, man, because trust and believe this. If you don't believe nothing else, no one is going to take care of you like you are going to take care of you, because no one has your better interests at heart no more so than you do. So it starts at home, man. Take care of yourself as best you can. And you ain't got but one life, man. It ain't no do-overs. If it's any of them, we don't know nothing about it. So yeah, man. But I've seen some stuff happen in there, man, that could have been avoided. And I've seen dudes that even if they ain't into working out, they get into working out. I've seen dudes come in there, man, with just look as frail and puny as ever, and you see them 10 years later, man, they done took care of their physical health, and they look like a physical threat. And that's a testament to their fortitude and will to live, and understanding their environment and where they at and what they need to do. I've seen people make that transformation. And shout out to my boy, white boy Cody. He getting ready to come out soon. I'm gonna bring him to y'all. When Cody first came in, man, physical strength was probably that of a 10-year-old kid. But if you see him now, and which I hope y'all do real soon, physically ready for whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he loved working out. He loved it, you know what I'm saying? And I was so proud to see him like that when I ran into him years later, and I'd be even more happy when he, gets his liberation and get out here with the living, man. But I've seen a lot of examples like that, man, because people did what they need to do, and that's what you got to do all the time. What you need to do first. Do what you want to do later, but do what you need to do first, and yeah, man, he should be out here soon. But anyway, man, I just wanted to drop this video on y'all because I hope you can get something out of it. I hope you can pass it on to somebody who need to hear these things. I hope you can, find something in it that can help you, you know what I'm saying, and then help somebody else. So with that being said, man, y'all want to know any more about this type of issue in there with dudes taking care of their physical health, I'm quite sure I left a lot of it out because, like I said, I'm coming off the top as always. But some more things will pop up in my head just as soon as I cut this camera off. But whatever y'all want to know, y'all let me know in the comments. Talk to me. I talk back. Y'all be safe out there, man. Be smart, man. Make good decisions, man. Understand that your health is your wealth. Take care of you first, you know. And at all times, y'all stay safe out there and duck them hooks. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. They come at all angles, at all times. Peace. We out here, baby. TBP. Boom.